Central order new stock from Hitachi. Trenitalia set to operate services across the Channel Tunnel. And Hornby pre-release some 200 years of the railway models. All on tonight. Welcome to TopNotch. In fact, the first episode of it. Today we have some incredibly exciting train news to share with you. Let's get in to the first episode of TopNotch. But first, what is TopNotch? Yeah, it was Bob from the canteen. He made it 16 years ago. Right, let's get into our first news, which is this right here. Do you remember the Class 180? Well, you should, because it still exists, but it won't soon. Yep, you've heard me right. Grand Central just confirmed their order of 45 brand new tri-mode trains from Hitachi. The Arriva Group has placed an order with Hitachi for its Grand Central railway operation to build new tri-mode trains. These will replace the existing diesel-powered Class 180 and 221 fleets operating between US Yorkshire or Wearside and London King's Cross. The order, worth around $300 million, is for 45 vehicles, which will be formed into 9 5-car sets with finance provided by Angel Trains. Included in the deal is a 10-year maintenance contract. There are options to order additional trains. The new trains will increase the number of seats by 20%, which means 400,000 additional seats per year will be available to the passengers travelling between North East Yorkshire and London. Because of their tri-mode capability, the trains could be used on other routes in the future. Fuel costs emissions are expected to reduce by around 30%. The new trains, which will be battery, diesel and electric powered, will begin to be delivered from early 2028. News of the order follows an extension of Grand Central's track access rights from December 2027 until the end of 2038. The application stated a new fleet of trains was planned. Amanda Furlong, managing the director of Arriva UK Trains, said, "This major investment underscores our commitment to the UK market. We are proud to connect underserved communities with regional and national centres, helping make sustainable train level easy choice. These greener trains will deliver more comfortable journeys and step change in our capacity on our popular Grand Central services. We look forward to announcing further rolling stock orders providing jobs and wider economic benefits when our network grows." In addition to the new trains, Grand Central is embarked on an application process for direct services between Cleethorpes and London King's Cross, calling at Grimsby, Harbour and Scunthorpe. The company says it is targeting to an area which is underserved, and the new service proposal is welcomed by communities, businesses and organisations who have been actively campaigning for the introduction of direct links to London. Grand Central say that if approval is given by the Office of Rail and Road, the service could be running by December 2026. The route would have 4 new return services today, providing more than 775,000 additional seats annually. The operator would use spare capacity between Grimsby and other Doncaster services, and will connect with other Grand Central services at Doncaster. It is not clear at this point what traction will be used between Grimsby and Doncaster. Thank you for listening. Now it's time for our next news story. An independent report commissioned by the Office of Rail and Road, ORR, says that Temple Mills International Maintenance Depot in East London does have the capacity to handle additional trains. This depot is operated and exclusively used by Eurostar, with interest from 3 potential new entrants running into train from London to Europe: the Virgin Group, Evelyn and Gemini Trains. Eurostar claimed the depot lacked the capacity to service the trains of the rival operators alongside its trains, hence the independent report. The ORR that changes to operational maintenance arrangements at the depot, as well as possible alterations to the infrastructure, would be required to access the extra capacity and allow more trains to be stabled and maintained there. Welcoming the report, Eurostar said, "We have complied fully with the regulatory process and we will continue to do so. This in advance of any other train orders being placed and years ahead of those trains will be built needing to access Temple Mills. We believe the conversation now needs to move beyond the inadequate space with the existing depot to look at the bigger picture.
capacity constraints have always been a challenge, whether at stations, borders, or on board trains. Eurostar is willing to invest once and again in new maintenance capacity and in many other areas to help deliver our ambitious growth plans. Other operators should consider investing in the system as well. Demand for international rail and sustainable is all-time high, which is hugely positive for European connections and the planet. A Virgin Group spokesperson commented, "Finally, a green signal for competition. The Temple Mills depot is the only facility in the UK which can accommodate European-style trains, and claims suggesting it was a capacity would have been blocking Virgin from coming to the line. Virgin is therefore very pleased with the outcome, which will now unlock competition across the Channel route for the benefit of all its passengers. Virgin is ready to take up the challenge, and we expect to be able to make an announcement very soon. Stakeholders are now being asked to provide evidence by April 28th, and they believe that they would support change ORR's initial findings."
Thank you for listening. Now for our final news story, which is Hornby hinted at the coverage of Railway 200 celebrations in its 2025 range launch using images of a Southeastern Class 395 Javelin red Railway 200 wraps. The range of commemorative models has been augmented with an LNER Class 801/2 Zuma together with the coach pack. It is likely that more Railway 200 models may appear as they're revealed by train operators if they suit a model in current Hornby range. We shall see.